Hello, Michael E. Parker here on location in the backyard, poolside at night. This is different, and we have a special episode for you here today. We're talking about health that hurts. Now, I know you're wondering what in the world does that mean, and that's why we need you to be here to hear this discussion. Now, I have just the distinct honor of having my wife with me on this show, Miss Maya Parker. And so as you can see, we're here today. How you doing, honey?
I'm doing well.
It's good to see you looking lovely. And I know you're not used to doing this,
Not
but
at all.
I know, but I'm so glad that you was willing to do this. And let me tell you all just a little bit about my wife. She's the senior managing director for our company, Personal Health Design, where we actually do coaching to actually help people with their health. And this was a company I wanted to see within our enterprise portfolio to make sure we could truly help people. And Maya's always had a passion for that, and now growing in her career and getting stronger and stronger in functional health, this has just created an enormous opportunity for people to have enormous benefits. And so we're going to talk about some things. I'm going to get to what this whole subject is about here today. But before we do, I want to talk about you a little bit. And for those that don't know you, when did you start developing a love for health?
Whoa. Well, it goes back a ways. I've always had an interest in health ever since maybe high school, college, but did not know what clear direction I wanted to focus on within health. Even further back than that, I was very, the way I grew up, I was one of the shy fat kids. So I was super aware of just more so weight, not health in general.
Right.
So I was always conscious of it. So, and I did the exercising tremendously, all the diets, from a young age, knew everything that was the latest.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until I got a little older in college, I took a nutrition class. My first year, my first semester, and I knew that's the direction I wanted to go in.
Let me ask you something though, because we grew up together, and of course I got my own unique story and how we were kind of in and out of each other's lives due to how my life was and where my parents live, where your parents live, but we always knew of each other, kind of growing up. And people see you now. I mean, you just a beautiful woman that takes care of herself, but people may not relate to the fact that when you said you were the fat kid, and people, the emotional trauma that you go through maybe when you're not the way you want to be, and you can tell that people might look at you differently. Can you just, before we jump into kind of how you got into health, what do you say to people when they wonder if you understand today? They see you now and you really take care of yourself well, but people see you today and think you might not understand what it's like to maybe feel like you're not meeting the expectation of others.
Yeah. No, it's a mentality. So it's mental, and certain parts, especially in your formative years, what you go through, it's always a part of you.
Right.
So it does shape you, and you have to learn where to place it, and understand what's happening. So, coming along with being, the fat kid, you're invisible, so therefore you're shy. So then there's all these insecurities, and even though you grow out of that and your outward appearance might change, there's still that shy fat kid in the inside.
That's
so
good.
You have to always acknowledge when that's the case.
Right.
But it does help me relate to others, that might not like the body that they're in and want to get out though.
Yeah.
And don't really know how, and the cycle of trying to, become that thing. But now, in retrospect, I could see it has a lot to do with how you think too.
But something kind of hit me as you were talking. Thank you for sharing that. It's very powerful, because there's like the fat that you see And then there's, as you know, there's the visceral fat that is around your organs and stuff. But you just exposed us to a mental fat that I might not have external or visceral fat, but my thinking about myself can be, something I need to lose. We say lose weight. I might have to lose a frame of mind that I have. Would you agree with that?
It honestly, it starts with that. So, because if you just go in blind, like I'm just going to do this, I'm going to change this, I'm going to go on this diet, I'm going to, do this exercise regimen for whatever amount of days to get me. If you've mentally not accepted, where you are,
right,
you can't even really start, because it's not going to be sustainable.
Right.
You're going to keep, it's like you're going to keep going back to it, because you're never really addressing, that's within you.
Yeah, no, very, very good, very powerful. You were headed toward, you started to get into nutrition, and I know that you were a health science major, and even while we were dating, you were deep into health science, and sometimes I would help you with some of your homework, and you were studying for tests and things, and just watching you grow and take different jobs, helping people in the community from a health perspective and from a social perspective. Tell me about the transition from maybe some of the traditional things you learned in health education to this whole area of functional health.
Yeah.
What is the difference of how you started and where you are now in your approach to helping people with health?
Yes, so and functional health has been around for a long time,
right?
But it's just now becoming more popular, and the term wasn't fully, coined or out there, but just addressing the whole person. And, back in my time when I was in college, it was more holistic health. So you're looking at the whole person.
Right.
It's not just conventionally based, where you go to the doctor, which is needed,
right,
but they're more so treating symptoms. So, or you're more so at the point of sick care. So
right,
you need to address whatever, that is. But functional health addresses the whole person.
Right.
So it's everything that's connected. So I'm not just going in treating this, one disease that's in your kidneys,
right,
or hypertension, but like let's look at all the areas, and drill down to see, where is this coming from, how could it have been prevented, and how to, reverse it.
Right.
So
and when I think about functional, I think about something that's functioning, right? And like, so you're kind of getting to like, to use like a vehicle, it has wheels and oil and brakes and tires. And if one piece of that is wrong, the vehicle won't move, right?
Exactly.
And you're saying functional health is saying your body is one connected machine, if you will.
Yeah.
And when something goes wrong, you have to look at how everything is connected and how it functions together, and not just deal with the pain or just deal with, the fact that we can make this go away, the symptom.
The symptom. So it's everything is functioning. So it's a upstream, it's an upstream and just going downstream. So like, so you're at that upstream point. I have a headache.
Right.
Okay, but to get downstream, let's unpack that. So yes, I can immediately take,
some Tylenol or Advil,
and knock that headache out. But where's the source? Because now, you're having it every day. So you're never really getting to the root cause of what is happening there.
Right. Now that brings me right to why we're having this whole episode. And I hope all of you that are watching this are enjoying this. And again, if you are here on this episode, make sure you like and share and subscribe and comment and do all the YouTube stuff. And so people can enjoy this discussion. This is a very important discussion. There's so many people out there that need to improve their health, that are trying to be better. And so make sure and get the word out. But this kind of brings me to why I wanted to call this episode Health That Hurts. And I know some people, when you hear that, you might wonder, like, why would I call it Health That Hurts? But what I'm really saying is that if we have the wrong information about health, if we have the wrong approach to getting better, the things that we think are health is actually hurting us. And that is, and I know, Maya, when you think about just all of the organizations that approve the food pyramid, or all the diets that are promoted, all the things that don't get to the root, it's a dangerous thing to be talking to a doctor or any other expert in the field and getting information that is not truly going to help me resolve the problem, and thinking that I'm getting more healthy, but I'm actually being hurt. So how do you feel about just that whole concept of health that hurts, and that we can be having something we think is helping us and it's hurting us?
And that I just actually had this conversation today with someone. So that was asking me about a specific product or a brand. And so because so much money is involved in all these various industries.
That's right.
Even if it's, FDA, and, not to mention the whole pharmaceuticals industry, which is huge.
Yeah.
There are missing pieces and missing information and specific information that's given. So it's like you always have to do the research. And when I say research, not only Google, but, studies and, scientific peer-reviewed, evidence of information, because, there could be dairy, for example, and there could be a study that was given, by a well-known university.
Right.
But who is backing that study?
Right.
Saying,
follow the money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're talking, saying, okay, you should avoid oat milk, rice milk, soy milk. Actually, whole milk is, better for you and gives you more vitamins. Okay, so who is backing that study?
Right.
And usually when you follow the money, it's, dairy, the dairy industry.
Right.
Same for meat, same for all of those things. So it's like you have to back out of it, get some expert opinions,
right.
Research for yourself.
Yeah.
So there's ways that you could really research and dive deep and understand.
And when you think about it, in the pursuit of us getting from where we are with our health to where we want to be, the vehicle to take us from where we are to where we want to be, we have to ask who is in the driver's seat of that vehicle.
Exactly.
And if money is in the driver's seat, you're going to get a different destination than if true care about people's health is in the driver's seat. And when you say, we've seen throughout history, whether it was tobacco or anything else, that when a country wants to keep a particular industry making money, they will turn their eye away from health.
Exactly.
So if we've got the wrong group in the driver's seat, then we always are in a danger of not even being able to believe what we hear from people we trust.
Yeah.
And people with a lot of expertise, but they're being funded by groups in which it controls what they say, which then our whole plan for getting better is faulty from the beginning.
It's skewed.
Right.
And we don't have the right information. And honestly, sometimes we don't want the right information because it's easier to, eat this.
Yeah, we want to believe that it's true.
Yes.
We want to. Yeah.
We want to believe that it's true, and usually and it's just the age-old saying that what is, good for us, we don't want it. And what tastes good is, we don't really need it.
Yeah.
So, but the country was built on the standard American diet, and we are products of that.
Right.
And so it's just hard to change that thinking. So even the medical care system, they just have to respond to it. They have to address what that has caused down through the decades.
Yeah.
And they're not even in the best, suited situation, because they don't get a lot of time with their patient. They would like to have more time with their patients. They would like to dive deeper, but it's so many that are sick.
Yeah. And think about this, and and maybe you could say a little about this, but so many times when we go in the stores and we see, low sugar, low fat, you got to even watch stuff that says it's organic, or like it's, if you really think about, if the powers that be are responsible for our health in this country, and we look at the statistics, and we look at all the problems in the statistics with blood pressure, diabetes, all these things, we have to ask a question, are the leaders leading us right? Right? If the statistics are a reflection of what is being driven by, the way the overall framework of things are running, well, what's going on? So do you agree that even some of the communication on the literal packages of food we buy, you can still get hurt? Health that hurts.
Health that hurts. And they can call out the nutritional facts, and that's based on what they've, set or determined as the standard.
Right.
But what are those standards based on? And how many of us are uniquely different? All of us. So what's good for you might be horrible for me, and vice versa.
Right.
So one thing that we always recommend is to look at the ingredients. So and they make the nutritional facts, as you've seen it. That's the biggest thing on the back of a product. But the ingredients, I need glasses.
It's the smallest thing.
Yes. Because there's preserving agents, there's chemicals, there's things that we've known that causes, that has carcinogens and different things in it. But, and over time, because the body is so resilient, it's masterfully made. It'll recover itself, but over time, it starts to take a toll. So.
And it reminds me of those commercials where it's like, buy this new thing, and then everyone's singing and dancing, and then it says side effects. Your arm might fall off, your toe gets green, and then you'll run for no reason. You say, what is going on with this? And you listen, it's like the fine print, like the majority of the commercial was talking about the side effects, but the visual you're seeing is complete happiness. And that is the great deception of health actually can hurt you. And so I want to just say before we go, like, there's such a special event that we have coming up, and we do these events from time to time. And so whoever's seeing this, you always want to check out My Health Is Not Hurting. No, My Health Is Not Working. I'm sorry, I've been thinking about getting hurt. But myhealthisnotworking.com. And these are events that we do to really uncover some of the myths and the things that you need to know about why so many of us struggle with health, and to stop blaming ourselves and thinking it's all on us. Now, there's something we need to do, don't get me wrong, but there are some things that if we knew better, we could do better. And so how excited are you that we're launching this, in that people can come to an event like My Health Is Not Working and actually get some confirmation to things that they've been feeling, that something was wrong, but they couldn't explain it. Tell me a little bit about the excitement of having an event like that.
The whole team, we're so excited. So we've been planning this and actually looking forward to having this event to be able to share this information. We took the time and even inquired with different ones we know of, like all the myths that are out there, for the most part, in a lot of different areas. And we're just going to really unpack it and, look at the specific areas of nutrition and fitness and what has been told to you about sleep and even stress, which is a major one. We're going to be able to have this opportunity to dive deep, get the questions. We're going to be taking questions and things like that, but mainly uncovering some of those myths, or really just getting you to think a different way. So, because we're impacted too. So, the time we've taken to really, do the research, understand what's happening, and even the clients we've worked with so far and the ahas that they've had and we've had, seeing, like I was saying, following that whole root cause and uncovering the layers. It's never, most of the time it's not what you think. And a lot of times it's not even what conventional medicine will show, you know, what the lab works, you know, show. You have to go deeper. And so like knowing, okay, how do I take that journey? You know, where do I start? You know, what do I consider? So we're going to really go in on that. So we're so excited.
Me too. I'm so excited too. And you've been by my side, you know, over the last 2 decades. I've been starting and managing companies. And I have to say this is one of the most rewarding companies because we're literally saving lives. I mean, literally. Like this information and this approach literally saves lives. And so I just want to thank you for your care and the team at PhD. You know, I feel like we got a wonderful team, you know, and I'm looking forward to what we're going to be able to do. And so if you're, you know, listening to this, at whatever point that you're seeing this, you know, now as of right now of us recording this, we have an event on May 31st. I believe that's at 5:30. You can go to myhealthisnotworking.com and register for that event. It is a free event, so everyone is welcome. We really want to get the word out because we want to, you know, use this information to empower people. And so make sure you come to attend this event. Now, if you're seeing this beyond that date, keep going to myhealthisnotworking.com because we probably having another event. So we're going to keep the message out there, keep things going. And I just want to thank you so much. I mean, this has been great. This is a date.
No.
This don't count. All right, this don't count. All right, this don't count. Fellas out there, don't work. But it was good spending time and good healthy discussion. And in all seriousness, I really appreciate this. Do you want to say anything to everybody before we go?
Just, I hope you all come to the event. I know you're going to leave with something valuable, and hopefully it'll help you make some changes, add to your life, and then we'll even have questions there too. So I look forward to seeing you there May 31st.
May 31st. And so you are here with the Parkers right now. We're in the backyard. And, you know, I'm going to try to get in that pool pretty soon. I try to get her in there more, but she won't get in there as much. But we got to do things to stay healthy.
Yes,
do things to stay healthy.
Do the things to stay healthy.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Well, listen, I want to tell all of you and thank you for being a part of this episode. And I hope you see that there is a health that can hurt, but we want to start getting to that health that can heal. And if you are a part of URCO and you come here and enjoy our episodes, you know we're all about being the CEO of your life and actually taking charge of your personal success. And one way that we need to do that is by having the information needed so that we can make the right moves and decisions with our health. We are all one doctor's appointment away from our life changing. So we have to take this serious now. We cannot wait. And so make sure you attend that event. My Health is Not Working. And we'll see you next time on our next episode here at URCO. From now until then, keep running the business of you.